Hey everybody, it's Kateriix and welcome to the Universim. I'm pretty excited to be playing this game. I've had it on my Steam wishlist for a very long time and it has now been released on Steam in early access. It says right here we're dealing with the alpha version, so there is definitely some bugs and stuff, but we're gonna give it a go, so let's do it.
Wake up. Wake up, creator. This is the beginning of your story. It starts with nothing. Nothing but an infinite void. However, you, with a single touch, can awaken the light. And so the universe sprang into being. Worlds filled with endless potential were scattered into the beyond. They formed into many different shapes and sizes. And while most were doomed to drift among the cosmos barren and alone, others flourished. These few planets soon became home to the greatest phenomenon of all. Life. However, life is a peculiar thing. It comes and goes as swiftly as a bit of space debris burning up in an atmosphere. A creator's purpose was always that of an observer, to simply admire the fleeting beauty of life's beginnings and ends. Yet this balance could never last. The issue with allowing a species to evolve independently is that they always fail to do so. For life to have a better chance of succeeding, it needs a helping hand. Here we are. Welcome to Mother Planet. This is a rare sight, for it came to be that there was day and night, warmth and cold, and water to flow through the planet's veins. The soil was rich with minerals, which gave rise to a thick blanket of green. The perfect ecosystem was formed. It is no wonder, then, why life has chosen to inhabit it. A new species has been born, and they need guidance. This is your purpose now. Their very existence rests in your hands.
Okay, so the first thing we have to do is place our epicenter. So if we click here, it says make sure it's close to the water source, wood, stone, and bushes with food. Okay, so if we zoom in here, check out our little planet, see where we'd like to build. I'm thinking near water, of course. Maybe somewhere around here. If we zoom in a bit, maybe we can see if we've got some bushes for food and stuff. We actually have quite a bit around here. This actually might be a decent place. So maybe we'll put it... I think I'll put it right there. Yes, please. Evolution Tower right there.
They're called nuggets, largely because of their body's apparent inability to keep itself in one piece. Kateriix and Elu, the architects of their species. They are the founders of everything that nuggets will ever know or achieve. Nuggets are all unique to one another. Although there are some things that are shared between nuggets, these include the need for certain essentials like food and water, a stable roof over their heads, and an occasional nap. They want to learn, build, discover, and create. It would all be quite inspirational if they also didn't happen to be the species that initially thought their shadows were trying to eat them.
Okay, so this narrator likes to talk a lot, which, you know, I guess I'm okay with. We do have all the stats around here, and I think you can get into more detail about what they actually are. Yeah, in this little menu up here. So you can sort them by health, thirst, all that cool stuff. So that's pretty good. We have Elu and Adahi, and oh yes, down here we can open up the tech tree, and it's rather large, although I've noticed that a lot of things later down the road, even though you can see them, you can't actually, yes, here. All these things are coming soon, so they're all little placeholders, which is alright because we still have quite a bit to research anyway. But in the meantime, I'd like to, I'm going to go dug well, and then I'm going to go water wheel. Since we can actually queue up to 5 researches, I'm then going to go water storage, and then fire, and then finally I'm gonna go fishing. So all these things are pretty important to get going as soon as possible, especially like the food and stuff. And then once we've researched all of these things, I'm gonna want to get to agriculture and hunting really quickly. So we'll just kind of let those go. If you click on the epicenter, it actually shows you how much time is left. You can do that down here as well. So that's pretty nice. These little nuggets, the first thing that they've decided to do is actually build their little stone hut, so their little home. And they will basically just collect everything for you. You don't really need to tell them to collect resources like you do in games like, oh, I don't know, like Banished, for instance. Okay, so we have our dug well research, so where is that?
This is quite a beautiful planet. Try not to ruin it, will you?
Okay, so we have our water pit, and you can see how much it actually tells you that how much water you can get from it. If we use Q and E, we can actually rotate where we want it as well. And I think I'm going to put it right here because it'll hold 17 water, which seems to be a lot better than our other choices. I thought it says that when you put it closer to the water, it gives you more water, but that doesn't always necessarily seem to be the case. So, dear creator, we don't mean to sound like we're complaining, but we're having a tough time doing all the work with just the 2 of us. Is there any way we can expand our civilization? Maybe bring in a few extra helping hands? I sincerely hope there's an easy way of going about this. One that does not involve months of discomfort and weird cravings followed by hours of excruciating pain. Kind regards, Elu. Sure. We'll just say that it doesn't hurt. You can help the 2 nuggets fall in love by connecting them with your Cupidon power. Okay, so if we hold down tab, you can actually see all your powers here. There's quite a few of them that are not unlocked yet, but we're already on the Cupidon. And if you hold down control, you can actually click on these guys and use your power if it'll let me. There we go.
In the air.
And now they're definitely gonna go over to their little hut and you know, do the nasty. There we go.
I hope you've been working on your Beachbody. You're not going to spend another summer just lazing around, are you?
No. Okay, they want us to build a reservoir before winter comes, which I definitely will do. So, now that we've finished our little quest here, something rather weird and wonderful just happened. There I was doing my daily tasks when I noticed that Adahi acting a little strangely. There was a twinkle in his eyes I'd never seen before, and he somehow appeared more handsome than usual. He's never been the smartest guy, but he taught me a few things about biology today. Ha, Elu. Oh goodness. Okay. We did get our water pump research finished. Oh, and we also have the archives. So this is actually the only way for you to save the game. So I definitely want to build that rather quickly.
Look at that. A little baby nugget. Aren't they adorable when they're young? Don't get too attached, though. They're still mortal after all. Plus, they will soon be old enough to have an opinion and make questionable life decisions. Let's see how much you like them then.
Alright, well, we now have 2 little babies, little baby nuggets. They're very cute. We do have another quest. They want us to actually name our nuggets. So Adahi keeps wanting to call them something trivial like stick and stone, and I'm about ready to break his bones. I suggested some more appropriate names, but he believes I'm trying too hard. Can you please help us settle this argument? Love, Elu. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not much better. I'm just gonna like short form the names, probably. Yum and Nan? There we go. Easy. Easy peasy. Alright, so thank you. You are truly an inspiration. We could never have conceived such amazing names on our own. Nugget name 1 and Nugget name 2 fit them perfectly. That's really what it should have been. Okay, so I did put the archive here, and this is gonna be how we save, as I was saying before. I'm also going to speed this up as well. So we also got the water wheel, which is what I was talking about before I was interrupted. So we've definitely got to find a good place for that. And I guess really this place is as good a place as any. It does have to be right next to the water. We do have some 2 rather large waters of body. Waters of body? Bodies of water. So that's pretty good. We do have a bear down here, and I'm wondering if he'll attack anybody if they get too close to him or anything. I really like the art style on this. Like, there's lots of really cool little things, and I did notice here that we do have a little menu called cosmetics, which makes me think that we might be able to, in some ways, eventually, not right now, change up what our nuggets look like as well, which would be pretty darn cool. So I am totally down for that. Let's see here. We don't have water storage yet, so we're just waiting on that. We still have 1 minute and 40. In the meantime, though, we can actually use some of our god powers, telekinesis specifically, to help out with this. So if we grab some wood and grab some stones, we can actually collect this for our nuggets. Great, so a little bit more stone to go. Okay, a little bit more. And 1 more stone should do it. Okay, so as soon as they're done building the archives, which I believe they're pretty close to, yeah, there you go, they will build our water pump, and then we can actually start storing some water as soon as we get our reservoir as well. Keep an eye out for flags being raised alongside buildings. This usually indicates that the building requires a new worker or that it isn't being supplied with water. Okay. All key buildings require nuggets to be assigned to them. To do so, click on a building and again on the section that says assign nugget. Yeah, okay. I know how to do that. We can do that. So, for some reason the archives building is actually really laggy. You can see that, like, this thing just kind of freaked out for a second. I don't know what it is about the saves. They're a little buggy right now. So I actually wanted to get a...
This water pump system is rather advanced for such a young civilization. I mean, sure, it's built out of rocks, wood, and a bit of string, but impressive nonetheless.
Okay, so my game is freaking out a little bit, but as I was saying, it does get a little buggy and a little laggy when you save, and I actually wanted to get a video out earlier, actually the day that the game came out. I wanted to get a YouTube video out, but I wasn't able to save at all, which was very, very weird. So, I mean, even just clicking on it now, I've clicked on the archive, but it's not actually popping up. And here you go, it just kind of lagged a second before it popped up. So you've definitely got to be careful with that. And I'm also putting my autosave down to 15 minutes in order to make sure the game saves on a regular basis so I don't lose any progress, because I lost quite a bit of progress when I was playing the game before. I mean, that's one thing to look out for. Like I said, it is early access, so I mean, a lot of these things are pretty forgivable, but at the same time, that kind of is a bug that I encountered, which is pretty game breaking. I don't know of a lot of people that will want to have to restart every single time they want to play the game, and not everybody has hours of time to just sit down and play a game. Sometimes people really can only play the game for half an hour before they have to go do something else. So that was something that was a little bit, but they seem to be on it. They are definitely in attempts to fix these things, which I'm okay with. I'm usually very forgiving when it comes to early access games. I actually haven't bought an early access game in a while because I've been burned by them so many times before, but this one I just couldn't help myself. So, I noticed that this water pit, okay, this nugget just ended up drinking from it, so it doesn't have any more water, but it fills up really, really slowly, and I think it can only fill up to 2, perhaps. And then maybe you need to upgrade it or something? I'm not really sure. Oh, we just had a pop-up here. Oh, the closer well is placed to the natural water source, the faster it replenishes. Okay, so this might not be too good since it is pretty far away from a water source. But that's okay because not only do we have this water pit, we're about to build our reservoir, and I might be willing to actually make another water pit just to make sure that we're all right. Although we seem to be okay right now. It doesn't say that we're using any of our water. So, you know what? I'll probably just leave it be for now. That's actually all right. We are waiting for our fishing to finish, and another suggestion that I personally have for the Universim, if anybody happens to be watching this, this needs to be faster. This fast forward is like a normal speed, and it's not fast enough at all. Tell you what, because sometimes you are kind of sitting here. Oh, looks like the autosave is happening. Sometimes you are kind of sitting here, just doing nothing. Which, I mean, I'm okay sometimes. Like, I like laid-back games, you know? Not every game has to be super action. You have to be thinking about what you're doing all the time. But there is definitely a lot of downtime, and that's what a fast-forward button is supposed to fix. But, I mean, here we are, just talking and not quite doing anything else. We actually have a second stone hut under construction, so I assume that's actually going to be Yum and the other guy, Nan, and they will actually be having their own family and their own babies, which some people might think that's weird, but on this channel we play niche and we know all about that.
So, you've uprooted a tree. Now what?
Let's help these guys out so we can have something to do. So now they only have to construct it. And we've actually finished fishing, so it's about time that we get on to other researches. So I'm gonna do the toolkit. I'm gonna go with storage areas. Calendar, because we have to, and I want to go right out to hunting because I believe that we can hunt during the winter months, and I don't think we're going to get agriculture done before winter. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with that, so then we'll actually make that our next one. And then I feel like we can really start branching out after that. Maybe like do some cooking, come down here and help with more water stuff. You know, we've got shamanism, so it unlocks the witch doctor and, you know, ancient burial and all this other pretty cool stuff. I think we'll be fine. We do have clothing up here. So I believe that'll probably get unlocked with our cosmetics like I was talking about earlier. That's actually pretty cool. I like this little thing. It's not really attached to anything. It's just something very... Oh, this too! You've got like tanning some hides or something. That's pretty cool. Just a little thing to make the game seem a little more alive. That's very nice, actually. I like that a lot. Oh yes! We've actually finished our fishing hut, or our fishing pier, pardon me, and we may as well place that down. Let's actually put it pretty close to our water pump there and see what we can do about that. We can actually help with these resources too. Oops, I forgot to hold control while I was doing that. So we can throw these guys down. So really all they have to do is build it. It does use quite a few creator points, so these do keep going up. I think they go up based on how many nuggets believe in you. I'm not really sure, but I think we'll be all right. We could maybe we'll grab one more tree for them so they don't have to do it. There we go. So now somebody only needs to construct it. And I believe this is them running away because they see like a freaking tree flying across the sky. Oh my gosh, what's this? Oh, it's raining. Oh, that's a cool effect. I like that a lot. Okay. Well, once we get this fishing hut working, we can assign a nugget to it, and then that will be us collecting some food, which will be nice. So we'll have the very basics down once this fishing hut is finished. And I mean, we're looking good. Oh, I see that we do have clouds right above us where it's raining. Very, very nice. Nice little touches this game has. I'm actually very impressed. Besides the save bug that I was going through when I first played the game, I'm extremely impressed with all the little details that I've been seeing.
The trees must be undergoing significant stress. They've started to go bald.
Okay, so it looks like autumn is coming and the fishing pier is finished, so we can actually assign a nugget to that. Let's assign not these guys. Let's assign Nan. So it looks like we can unlock this second thing eventually. And what's this? Oh, somebody got sick drinking water from the lake. Well, I'm not really sure why they drank water from the lake when we have a reservoir of water right here. That's a little odd. I was saying something about making another water pit, and I think I'm going to do that because I think they're only drinking from these areas here, which of course they're going to get sick. So I'll make another one over here, and I can actually use my god power, rejuvenate, and make you not sick anymore. There we go. She does say that she's hungry, and we do have a little bit of food, so we're actually going to be okay. And this talks about maintaining your buildings, so you're going to need engineer nuggets, but in the meantime, just as I use rejuvenate on our female there, our little nugget that got sick, I can actually do that on the buildings too. So here you have the health of the building, and if I just use my rejuvenate god power on it, now it is actually full health again. Until I can get engineers up and running, which actually shouldn't be too long, we should actually be alright. So there we got our Elu archiving for us. And it is very laggy whenever you touch that building, which is unfortunate. I hope they fix that soon. And then, what's this? I just put the water pit down, that's right. We've got our reservoir, here's our epicenter, and what is this? A temple? Yeah, that's freaking cool. Whoa, I haven't seen this building yet. They just built that by themselves. That's really cool. Okay. You know what, guys? We've done a lot today, and I definitely have been enjoying this game, so if you want to pick it up, there's a description. There's a link in the description below, so I'm going to leave it at that for today, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!